Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Unbelievable. We are here. The final day of Masechtes Chagigah and Seder Moed. Final day, tremendous accomplishment. I'm not sure, I didn't count the daf, but we're talking about 750 daf or so. Day in, day out, it's a tremendous accomplishment. We have next to us, in the tzibur here, we have a tremendous amount of guests. Chashuv Moed. But I want to bring up a couple of people here. Everybody's roy. But I have a tremendous hakaras hatov to a couple of people. As you remember, the first daf of Masechtes Tainas, I spoke about my son and I broke down crying on Daf Beis. And people wrote in emails. They said, I took it to heart. It was so nice of you to cry in public. Mamash gave me a chizuk. There are people that watch and they take it in, and there are doers. With us today, there's a gentleman who saw that video and decided to do something. I'm gonna cry again. He searched my son and he found him. He found him working in a sushi store. And he said, come with me. And he gave him a job in real estate. And every single day since that day, he takes care of him. He got him a house to live in. He bought him furniture. He bought him clothing. And I try to pay him. I try to do, Shlomo, get over here. Such a Bal Chesed, you have no idea. And he has one goal in mind. It's part of the plan. And then, Rabbi Isai, I embarrassed a certain individual in the past, and I want to show you. Today, we're doing the first time after 4 years. First time, we want to try digital. No charts. I brought the charts as backup. Maybe we'll say goodbye to the charts. And I'm looking for feedback today. It's special for tomorrow, as the Masechta is going to be exciting with cartoons. And I want to introduce to you one of the famous cartoons that we're going to be using. And if you look at the screen, I am going to play a videotape for you. I just got it this morning. I thought it's very appropriate because, our Chaver, Reb Yidi Leibovitz, was nifter just a little over a month ago. And they made a video. You can see this video at Join for Yiddi. Join, Join, 4, F-O-R, Yiddi, YIDDY.com. And you can see this video here, but let me show it to you. I don't see my screen. Go. Okay, go. I'll see. Give it there. I know Hasidim hate this. This is like the worst thing we can do to the Chassid. You know what's even worse?
I got so tightly hooked every single day.
Yossi, come here. This time, Yossi, come. Get over here. There's a lot to learn from Yossi. Yossi, as you'll see in the video, he joined, Yidi Leibovitz convinced him to join the daf. And his son is here. Where's his son? Shalom Aleichem. Your father's in the Neshama should have an aliyah. This should be a schus for your father. Rabbi Yossi took it upon himself. He joined the shir. He said he wants to do only 8 minutes. And he felt that something's missing. And he realized that we give a 45-minute shir. So he went to the 45-minute shir. And he got hooked, as he says. And from that day on, he decided it's his job to get Klal Yisrael hooked. He told me a while ago, I'm not going to stop until we have 70,000 people, Eli. That's 70,000. What do you mean, Shiga? We have 3,000. But Lamaisa, he keeps on going. And I made a cheshbon. Me and Asal made a cheshbon that this year alone, this plumber, so to speak, put in over $150,000 into the Gemara initiative to get more people to learn Torah. So, L'kavod Yidi, you're going to give me a kiss now. I'm waiting. The Olam is waiting. 10,000 people, I'm about to Torah now. Let's go. Shkoyach. Thank you for everything you do. I don't know that we have enough time for emails. We're having way too much fun. Rabbi Yisai, don't forget, everybody has siyumim. Go to mdysiyum.com, sign up for your New York siyum, for your Toronto siyum, for your Manchester siyum, for London. Kids, it's everywhere. And if you can make it, just like my good friend Louis Colum texted me this morning, he said, I think I'm going to be able to make it now. Something happened, a change in his plans. Do you have room for me? We have room for everybody. Come, we have food, we have room. It's going to be unbelievable. Like I said yesterday, I don't know what the numbers are this morning. We had way over 600 people sign up. We're expecting 700 plus people at the Siyum. It's going to be such a Kiddush Hashem of Achdus, of all sorts of people, and getting to know everybody. Good morning, good evening, Rebelli. You seem to be getting so many first-time ever emails. It's about time I joined the bandwagon. This is from Rafal Groskov. It's the first time I've ever learned further the Masechtas Shabbos of Daf Yomi. It's the first time ever finishing a Seder. I shall proudly be making a Hadron Seder Moed and a small L'chaim after davening for the first time ever. Thank you for everything. Looking forward to completing the next Seder. Skip this one. What's that? Menachem Atez back in the house. There's so many chashuv guests here. I know David Zlatnik sent me an email. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Oh, maybe this is it? No. Okay, we'll have to do it a different time. It's in the mix here. Some guys that were being Messiah, some kids Messiah for the very first time. Hopefully David Zlatnik himself is coming. Lou received his Gemara in South Africa and started doing the daf immediately. He's still battling with his health, but Baruch Hashem surviving. Just received the WhatsApp from him. He's in the ICU doing the daf, he says. I'm in the ICU doing the daf. They look at me like I'm crazy. Had a successful procedure. They found keep davening. Alexa approves of the yashir. What more could we want? Larry Shane. All right. Larry Shane. You know him? No, that's the guy writing about his friend in the ICU. Sora Boisai. Let's see if I could get this straight here. And go this way. Okay. By the way, join for Yiddi. Over 25 people signed up just by going to that video. Signed up watching the video yesterday. This kid, Goldberg, I forgot his first name, that signed up 20 kids, Lubavitcher kid. So they called Murad Nakash. It turns out that he can't come. He's singing that night, but it's unbelievable. Way to go. The Parnas HaChodesh for the Koilo. Mr. Anonymous, Bas Yosef, very choked up here. Moshe, I'm sitting next to Shlomo Lazarian. The last day for the Parnas HaChodesh Masechtas Chagigah is dedicated by the Kessler and Davis families. Refuah Shlema for Miriam, Esther, Baz Devar B'Karaiv. Amen. Parnas HaChodesh is chus for Refuah Shlomo ben Livsha and Rivka Bas Gila that should be zoichet the Zer Shechayam B'Karaiv. Parnas HaChodesh, Shuli Rosenfeld, in memory of my dear friend Yehuda Augenbaum. Parnas HaChodesh by the Lach and Lebovik families, Lakewood, as a chus for our families. Another Parnas HaChodesh, Jonathan Davidov, in memory of Bechor Davidov ben Panir, made the Neshama have an Aliyah. By the way, people might be confused there that you can only do Parnas HaChodesh, you can do daily also. Parnas HaYoim, Harriet Nussbaum, for her late husband's yard side, Achaver Shmuel ben Achaver Meir, Hey Other Bays. Anonymously, schus for me and my wife in all our endeavors. Yishkoyach, thank you, it's you. No, it's not you. Yishkoyach. Ushi, we're so proud of you for finishing your first Masechta. Keep going. Eli and Ruthie Ginsburg. Our son Aaron had a surgery at 7 a.m. in Aventura, Florida this morning. Refuah Shlema Aaron ben Rus, or Ruth. Rabbi, here we go. Final Daf Chagigah, Daf Chavav Amud Aleph. All the way in the bottom by the Mishnah. We actually spoke about it yesterday. The Mishnah is sponsored by Toma's brother, the Moyel, La'atzlacha, of the Levi kids, Miriam, Rachel, Shimshon, David, Lipa, Yosef Yehuda, Tila Sarah, Yeshua Michal, Shalom Elio, Bnei Yehudis Bela. Mishav Regel, we learned that Amaretz during Yontif, doesn't create tumah. In other words, he creates tumah, but we don't consider it. We don't care. No, he's tamei. Let's go. Chaverim, everybody's considered a chaver on Yantif, and there's no, but he does create. He is tamei. His tumah didn't go anywhere. So what do? Once Yantif is over, ma'avirin al ta'aris azara. Don't let Kibi watch this one. Ma'avirin al ta'aris azara. You take all the kalim in the azara and you tovel everything. Avar regular liyom shishi. If the first available day is Friday, in other words, Yantiv is over Thursday night, so your first day is Friday. What do you do on Friday? You must prepare for Shabbos. So you're not going to tell these people to go be toivel things. You can't tell the kohanim. They have to make chal. They have to do stuff for Shabbos. Somebody came over to me yesterday after Shachris, actually, and he said, I don't watch your shir all the time. I watch it occasionally. But one thing I got out of your shir is you spoke about the chashivas of helping in the house for Shabbos. I sweep all the stairs in my building here in Eretz Yisrael. Erev Shabbos, I get into my clothes and I do that. That's what you just told me. I just thought about it now. Erev Shabbos, you're supposed to do things for Shabbos. For the Shabbos, we didn't take care of all the tum in the Beis Hamikdash because of Kavod Shabbos. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, even if the first available day is Thursday, in other words, Yontif was over Wednesday night. Why? She'ein hakoyanim pnuyim, they're not available to take care of the tahara. I asked the Belzer Chassid, is this the shortest Gemara of all time? And he said, very possibly. He said, although there are 3 Mishnayos in Shas that don't have any Gemara, a Mishnah that ends at the end of the. But if you're talking about a Gemara explanation on a Mishnah, this might be the shortest. Check it out, I don't know. He wasn't sure. Tana. She'ein hakoyhanim pnuyim milahoitzi badeshen. 6 words. There's a chart here. I don't know how this works exactly. It's on my computer. You see over here? So I need a little feedback. I'm thinking about maybe putting a screen right over here so I could pretend that we still have charts. If you look at the screens over there, that's Deshen. Imagine, I have a mouse. I could go like this. Here, look, I could even go like this now. You see that? It's much more interesting. Wow. Everybody together. Wow. Okay, Givaldi. You guys are amazing. So, and then we have, Yishachad, that just, that button that laughs, Okay. Baruch Hashem for that. So, the accumulation of the ashes throughout Yontif, you have all the days, 7, 8 days of Yontif. We don't remove the ashes, it's covered for the Mizbeach. Now there's a lot of ashes. Now you can't go 2 more days, there's no room. So the Kohanim take it off, they put it in a special place. Here, if you look over here, let's see if we can find it. Right over here, this square. So there's a place that you put the deshen, but not, when you have a lot like that, I think you take it out somewhere else. This is the base of deshen, it gets swallowed in. This square gets literally, by a miracle, gets swallowed into the floor of the Beis Hamikdash. Something similar, but not that. Okay, says the Mishnah. The official Mishnah is sponsored by Tomer's brother. We'll be moichelim for this one because we just said his names and everything. What do you do? Says the Mishnah, Matbilim es ha-kelim shoy b'mikdash. You have to take all the kelim. We're going to show pictures soon what the kelim look like. V'ayrim lohem. And the kohanim tell the other kohanim that are amaretz, right? It's Yontif. And on Yontif, everybody shows up, and all kohanim show up, and some kohanim don't know the halachas, and they tell them, Hizaru, be very careful. Wow, we could see the end. Some people, by the way, many people, like I had these emails. Maybe I can find it here somewhere. Here, you find it for me. In here, an email from David Zlatnik. There are people that this is their very, very first Masechta in their life that they're making a siyum. It's a tremendous accomplishment. Here it is. We're coming to them. And they tell Damaratzim, Shaloi tigu ba'shulchan. Do not touch the shulchan. Here we go. Here's a picture of the shulchan. You see? That's the shulchan. Because if you touch the shulchan, there's nothing we can do really. It becomes tamei, and we cannot put it in the mikvah. Why not? We'll see in a second. Sponsored by Moshe Horn in honor of Shmuley Sugar, the original sugar shaker. Sponsored by Moshe Kinsbursky, who's coming for the siyum. I saw his name on the list. in honor of Brian and Talia Edgar, who are not coming. I don't know, maybe they are, who knows. All the kalim, here we go, another picture. These are kalim. These are kalim for the Mizbeach, Haktoires, and these are other kalim. Here's a little fork, a hook that you grab onto stuff, whether it's the coals, the animal, it's to flip over the korbanos, and you have a machta. Okay, you take in this machta. I can't see it. I don't know if you. Oh, is that on my computer? That just jumped up there. What does it say on the bottom? Okay, was that from me? Because I shut off. That's you guys. Oh, Zoom. Maybe I should go on Zoom. I should say hello to the Zoom guys now. Finally, I have a computer here. So the machtas, you put the coals on it. Great. Next, you take every kli had a backup kli so that you could take these kalim that got tummy to the mikvah. You have three of them. Every kli in the Beis Hamikdash after Yontiv is over, now retroactively, when the Ama Aretz touch this kli, it becomes tamei. During Yontif, we ignore the tumah. It's there, it's hiding, but we ignore it. But once Yontif is over, the tumah pops out. It reveals its ugly self, and you have to put all the kalim in the Beis Hamikdash in the mikvah. Chutz mimizbach hazav. Here goes a picture. Mizbach hazav. I once made a mizbach hazav. That's the famous one where I took the cow's blood and I smeared it and then I drank it, but it wasn't really it. It was a whole fish with the thing. Givaldi. Mizbach hazav. Where is it now? It was thrown out, unfortunately. So I have to make another one. Huh? No. This was the one I made was life size. I had to sit there, spray painted outside. It's a whole matzav. Mizbach hanachoshes, where boys here goes. The mizbach hanachoshes. It was once upon a time the choshes was covered with copper. Then it became larger and bigger. Not. The mizbach hanachoshes. The Torah calls it adama. Mizbach adama. It's not mekabel tuma. You don't put it in the mikvah. Mipnei shehein kekarka. This the mizbeach, the golden one, is inside here. I'll show you once we have it here. I don't know if you could show up here. This is where the Mizbeach Hazav would be, up here, thank you. This is inside the Heichal. People don't really go here. This is the Menorah. Here's the Mizbeach Hazav. This every day they put the Ketores on this Mizbeach. That's what it's for. The one down here, I don't know if you got it, Gary, down here. That's the Mizbeach and Achoshes that we're talking about. That's where you put Korbanos on. Okay. It's very small. No, so we'll see in a second. So why don't we put it in the mikvah? Because it has halach of karka divrei Rebbe Eliezer. Rebbe Eliezer says it's like the ground. Karka, you don't put a karka in the mikvah. Because they are plated with gold or whatever, and the Gemara is going to ask the Avi's question. Because they are plated, it's a reason that they should go in the mikvah, not a reason they shouldn't go in the mikvah. Tana. Hizaru shemot tigu b'shulchan u'b'menorah. We tell the kohanim, be careful, do not touch the shulchan and do not touch the menorah. Where did the menorah come from? We're talking about, we just mentioned, we tell them, do not touch the kalim, the shulchan. Where does it talk about menorah? Why doesn't he mention menorah? Says the Gemara, shulchan ksiv bei tamid. Let's see if I can find this. I have to go back. Here we go. It says, "V'nosato ala shulchan lechem panim lefonai tamid." Tamid means that the shulchan is going to be there 24/7, 7 days a week. You cannot move the shulchan. You might be able to lift it. You might be able to move it. You might be able to do something with it. But the issue is that the Torah says tamid. Tamid means don't put it in the mikvah ever. It needs to be there. The bread is going to be there 24/7. Menorah like sivba tamid. The menorah doesn't say tamid, so let's see if I can find it. So look at the pasuk. Tamid. So what do you mean it doesn't say tamid? It says tamid, but it says me'erev ad boiker. That the point of the menorah is that it should be lit from the evening to the morning. That's it. It says tamid. Tamid means every day. It doesn't mean all the time, 24/7, like it means by the shulchan. Of course, it says tamid. It says it more than once. But The Gemara says it doesn't say it. It doesn't mean anything to us. It's not it's not the Talmud that's making it impossible to remove from the Heichel. Where's the menorah? Opposite the shulchan. Here, if you look at this picture, I'm making Gary crazy. Here is the menorah, and here's the shulchan. It looks like a stretcher almost. I don't know if you can see it right over here. That is the shulchan. The menorah is opposite the shulchan. Whereas, let's say the Mizbeach Hazav is not opposite, it's a triangle. It's closer to the Hazara, this way. But these are opposite each other. When the Torah tells me that the shulchan must be right opposite of the menorah, and the menorah can't move, so it has to be opposite of the menorah. It has to be opposite of the menorah all day long. Sorry, the shulchan. The shulchan cannot move, right? Tamid. The menorah has to be opposite the shulchan, so it has to be opposite the shulchan at all times. It's just to tell us where to place the menorah. The menorah and the shulchan go opposite of each other. And what does the Tanna Kama hold? Yes, of course it's telling us directions and instructions, but it's also, there's a hint in there that it cannot move and you can't put it in the mikvah. Therefore I tell the Amaratzim, do not touch the menorah. If you're going to look around, don't touch. Look, don't touch. Because if you touch, there's nothing we can do really. Now, if there's Tumah D'Oraisa, then we'll have to be Tovel. There's no choice. But this is Tumah D'Rabbanan. This is the Tumah of Amma Aretz that he's not really Tameh. Maybe he's not Tameh at all. So on that Chashash, we're not going to go and put it in the mikveh. Says the Gemara, why do I need a pasuk to tell me Tamid that it can't leave, the shulchan cannot leave, the heichal, the teipuk li, the kli eitz ha'asil nachasu. This is a wooden vessel that's not meant to be moved. The chol kli eitz ha'asil nachas loy metabe. Any kli that's not meant to move doesn't create tumah. My timer, dumi the sack being on. You must have something that's similar to a sack. Ma'asak mitaltel mole v'reikom. Just like a sack. Here, picture time. Okay, so we have a guy carrying a sack. Look at the pasuk. Mikol kli eitz, I beged, I are, I suck. What's better? You found it? You didn't find Zlatnik? Interesting. Maybe he's in my Gemara somewhere. No. Okay. It's better, no? The guy sitting right in front of my face, yeah. I just like doing it. I'm used to it. Mikol kli eitz, it says in the same pasuk, eitz and sak. So we make a mamatzino, sort of, a hekesh. Eitz, sack. Sack, you hold something that you fill it up and you carry it. You carry whether it's full, whether it's empty. So too wood. But a shulchan you can't carry when it's full. Why? Anything that's too large, says Rashi, will break. So nobody lifts something that's very heavy. It's very, not that you're not strong, you're very strong. The kli is not strong enough, the eitz is not strong enough. And if you try to lift something very, very heavy, tusa, whatever, it'll crack under the weight. Then you put it away, it takes up time. We're going too quick with this. Chick, yeah, okay, Givaldik. So again, a sack, same word. Mitaltel mole v'reikom. You carry it, whether it's full or empty. Afkol, so too wood, mitaltel mole v'reikom. It has to be a sort of wood small enough that you can carry it when it's full of items. V'reikom and empty. Ask the Gemara, what are you talking about? You're talking about the shulchan. Guess what? The shulchan is something that's carried. Klal Yisrael carries the shulchan with the bread. Kiddush lakish, davar lakish. My dichsiv ala shulchan atahar. Michlal shu tamei. It says on the shulchan that doesn't have any tumah, seemingly means that it could become tamei. At the end of the day, the question that we're talking about here, it's a piece of wood that you can't lift. It's not meant to carry around. Imagine this. Everybody comes to the Beis Hamikdash for Yontif, and the Kohanim go in there, and they lift up the shulchan from over here, on top over here, and they bring it down to the door right over here, to the opening. They don't want to bring it outside, but this is where Klal Yisrael is standing right over here. Ezra Yisrael, the Kohanim, a lot of people, they lift it up. And they show Klal Yisrael, Vayrim lahem ru'uchi baschem lefnei hamakoim. Silukoi kisiduroi. Just like when we put the breads in, they're boiling hot right out of the oven. So too, a week later, they're still hot and fresh. Look how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves you. How do you see from this that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves you? So perhaps Kohanim could eat the bread. It's a week old. They'll eat it. It's kaddish. It's an unbelievable thing. You only get to eat it twice a year in your mishmar, whatever it is. And now you're on Yontif. Who knows how much you're going to get? So you put a little shirayim in your mouth and bite the gegangen. HaKadosh Baruch Hu made a special nace that'll be fresh out of the oven. For a big carb guy like myself, there's nothing like a fresh roll challah right out of the bakery. Smells pizza out of the oven. So he made it 7 days later, fresh, smoking fresh. Now, a lot of Rishonim learned that the bread was smoking, so Klal Yisrael saw smoke come out. If you look at Taisus here, I don't remember seeing this Taisus before. He says it wasn't smoking, but it was hot. It was fresh. He says, not hot, fresh, loicham. So, question, I don't know. Again, this is something I might be making this up. So, what did they show them? They showed them cold bread, and they said, "Oh, it's really fresh." So, how could you see what they put their finger in it and they went down like maybe I don't know. Maybe it smelled fresh. I don't know. They took it out and they said, "Hey, smell it. It smells fresh." Otherwise, I don't understand what Tais is talking about. I'm sure they talk about it somewhere. Look in the bottom over there. No, right. We're playing on the words of the pasuk. The pasuk is not saying that. The pasuk is saying that you put the new breads in when they're hot. Okay, now that you mentioned it, we're learning now a limud from something that's not 100%. In other words, the pasuk is telling us, take the brand new fresh bread that you just baked today, and switch it out, and it's hot. Switch it out with the old bread that could be cold. We're learning that it's kisiluka, kisidurai. They're both hot. What? It's not spoiled. But bread doesn't get spoiled after a week. After they really get moldy? Interesting. Okay. Who said that? Which kid? Who? Akiva. What are you doing up there? Get down here. Say hello to the Olam. Such a beautiful pshat. Come down here. Such a beautiful. You said no? You want me to come out there and get you? I'll do it. I have plenty of time. Get down here now. Bar mitzvah bacher. Get down. And come around the other way. That way. Show him this way. No. We said that's heavy. No, that's Gemara's question. Why do you have to say this? Tamid. But first of all, it is Tamid. It didn't come out of the Heichal. It's within Tamid. It didn't come out of the Heichal. It moved from its spot, but it didn't come out of the Heichal. Says the Gemara. There's a tremendous nace. It was hot. There's a pasuk also. It's a limit on a pasuk. You know why? Here, come all the way. Shalom aleichem. What was your pshat? Amazing pshat. What was your pshat?
That it might get spoiled.
What do you have? You ate some candy already? No, get over here. You're not done with the pshat. I'm sorry, I made fun of you. Come. First of all, you're bar mitzvah already, right? Mazel tov. Great. The pshat is that what? That you
maybe it got spoiled.
Because you could see from bread from afar, if it was 7 days old, that it spoils. Those days they didn't have preservatives. Very good. What else? You enjoying this year?
Yeah.
You remember stuff?
Yeah.
Givaldi. He comes every single day, doesn't miss a day. Every day. All right. There's a problem. Look at the shulchan. Let's go back here. I don't want to go to another picture. I just want to use my device. Look at that. It's made out of gold. There's that part, we're not going to talk about that part. But this part down here is made out of gold. So if it's made out of gold is metal. Metal is mikabel tuma. That's why. What are you telling me? It's this, it's that. It's movable, not movable. Forget about it. It's metal. Says the Gemara, we're going to go to the next picture now. Not such a nice one. It's not in color. Oh, I have to get out of this before? Okay. Good thing I learned that. Here we go. Dupaki. Dupaki is a table, and it's a small little table next to it. The dupaki. This is what this... Here. This... Oh, what just happened? Here. Oh, no. I don't know why I can't do that anymore. Okay. Who told you it's a chair? Dart scroll? Who? Yeah, but it means something small like this. Here we go, like that. Folding chair. It's something to put. It was made for your food. You know, like sometimes you put your chal on the chair next to you? That's what it is. It's called a chair. Shenivchasu. Or shechipam b'shayish. Let's say you covered it with some granite. Here, next picture. You see, he put granite on this table, but he left a little area for it to put some cups, some tummy. Why is it tummy? Because now I'm still touching the wood. Look, it's not completely covered with granite, with marble. There's some place, it's still wood. I could even put some meat over there, not just cups, some meat. So what's the question? You see that in order for it to be considered wood, you have to have a cutout, like in this picture. But the shulchan doesn't have any cutouts. It's completely covered with metal, with gold. So it's mekabel tumah from the gold. You'll say, the shulchan is made out of shittim wood, and shittim wood is very expensive. It's not bottle. So this is the reverse thing. Rish Lakish says when it comes to something that's very inexpensive, pine, chveisvas, nothing comes from this hayam. Masmim, whatever masmim is very expensive, mahogany, loy batli. So according to him, he differentiates between one wood and the other wood. So you could say shittim is very expensive wood. It's not bottled to the gold. Very interesting. Wood won't be bottled to the gold. Gold. Okay. You know, the shulchan, it had a covering of gold, but it wasn't nailed into the shulchan. You could just go and pull it off. So maybe if it's attached to the shulchan, then it would be mekabel tumah al shulchan. But since it's just a nice covering, it's not fixed to the shulchan, so it doesn't apply to the shulchan, and the shulchan is really considered wood with something like a decorative gold on top, not like the Aron Kodesh and Panovich that's gold on the Aron Kodesh. It pops right off, like a piece of glass. That itself, we had a question, is it attached, not attached? Is it covering the rim? I don't know if you can see this, Gary, the rim. If you have a rim, it goes on top and around or not? Whatever. Everybody gets it. It doesn't make a difference. So Rabbi Paskins, doesn't matter if it's attached, not attached. Elo daf chav zayin omid aleph. Shani shulchan rachmana karye 8. With all the gold, with everything, the Torah says wood. Wood is not mekabel tumah. That's why I have to come on to other things. Lift it, not lift it. But it's not mekabel tumah. The rachmana karye 8. The chsiv amizbeach 8. Sholish amis gavoya. Varkish time. So let me take back what I said. Those words just erase from your head. It's wood. Wood is not mekabel tumah. It has to be dummy to a sack that's mali v'reikon v'chula. It's not. Okay, so we had a question, but it lifts up v'chula. D'chsev hamizbeach 8 shalish amis gavoya v'arka shtayim amos u'b'ktza'osav loy v'arka v'kirosav 8. It says hamizbeach 8 v'kirosav 8 v'dam yelei zeh shulchan shelifnei Hashem. This 8 is the shulchan. So the Torah calls shulchan wood. So the Gemara says, what's going on here with this pasuk? Pasach b'mizbeach b'sim b'shulchan. It starts off, this pasuk starts off, if you notice, HaMizbeach 8, but finishes off with the shulchan. We know from here that the shulchan is wood. And what's the pshat? Why does it start off with the Mizbeach and finish off with wood? The Amritar value is rare in Shas that the two of them, they agree to something, they're constantly arguing, but in this, everybody's masking. When the Mizbeach was there, Then we had kapara with the karbanos. Achshav, listen to this. Achshav, shulchan shel adam mechaper olav. When Mesadal Gans, Be'ez Hashem is going to be here, I don't know when, tomorrow. He went to Muncie, Lutvish guy with his whole family, to Yossi Klein, to Muncie. Yossi Klein provided him 2 masseuses, a male and a female. All the guys got a male guy and a female. You come to my house, you get massages. What are you talking about? What do you think this is? This is Shabbos in Muncie. Shulchan Shalad Mechaper Olav. The shulchan, the massage shulchan. I just thought about it. Shulchan Shalad. What does Shulchan Shalad mean? Hachnas Zarchim. Hachnas Zarchim, bringing in guests and treating him properly like Avram Avinu. He didn't have a mizbeach then, Avram Avinu. So he got close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu through Chesed, through Hachnas Zarchim. So we could also, Rabbi said, we could also get close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and get a kapara, Hachnas Zarchim. All the people here that are having people on Shabbos and hosting people, Hachnas Zarchim. You have room in your house? Your brand new house and stuff. Your office, I'll take it. I could come because I rented out my bed. He sold my bed.
Anytime you want.
Huh?
Ari's bed.
I need to finish this year. A guy before she told me I have to be done by 8. I can't talk to you, Yosef. He comes over to me before she. You better be done. Now he's schmoozing with me. You see how it goes? When he wants to schmooze, he wants to say, "What's up, Yosef? My brother from another man." I can come to you, whatever. Everybody's invited you. Shkoyach. Invite the guests you don't want.
7 guests.
I have a couple of annoying guys I don't want. Oh. No, I'm saying he just did. He invited the people he doesn't want. Givaldik. Thanks. True, that is Mam. What? I can't go back to that. Whatever. You know what it looks like. Mizbeach and a Here. No, sorry, wrong one. That one. Mizbeach Adom Tasali, it says it's dirt. Mizbach Hazav, D'chsiv, Hamen Noirav, and Mizbachos. Now it says Mizbachos, plural. The Mizbeach, they're all the same. Iskush, Mizbachos Zelazeh. There's a. What happened? V'chachamim oimrim, mibnei shemitzupim. Rabbi's a big yishkoach to Gary. He didn't do the buzzer. He's being mizgavas in his yetzer. The Olam really appreciates it. V'chachamim oimrim, mibnei shemitzupim. Because it has a layer of gold, that's why you don't have to put it in the mikvah. Adarabba. Keeping the mitzubininu, mitamu. That's the reason to put it in the mikvah. That is the reason. So Chacham argues, so to speak. Rebbe Eliezer says here, I hear the speakers going on. It's nice and loud. Because it's covered in gold. No, there's no machlokes. Rabbanan and Rebbe Eliezer both agree that the shulchan, that it's not metama. Mizbech is not metama. Rabbanan and Rebbe Eliezer kamri, but Rabbanan were telling Rebbe Eliezer, my daitach, why did you have to bring a pasuk mishum de mitzupim? Because at the end of the day, it's covered in gold and it should be a problem. It should be mikal tuma, and you had to bring a pasuk that's not mikal tuma. But it's not true, say Chachamim. You don't need that pasuk. Miftal batul tzipurin gabayu. That's not an issue at all. I don't need a pasuk for that because at the end of the day, the shulchan is the shulchan. It has a tiny layer of gold on it, and that's not the big deal. So at the end of the day, Rebbe Eliezer learns it out from Mizbach Adama. Chachamim learn it out from the fact that the Torah calls it wood. It's wood. There's a golden covering. It's batul mevutal. Now, typically I would stop over here, but because people asked me, and they said, look, they learned the whole Masechta with us, and they struggle a little bit in the pshat. So you could shut off the shir right now if you don't want to hear the rest. If you want to hear, I'm not going to go I'll leave 2 words to them. Let's just go quickly. Omer Rebbe Eliezer, Talmidei Chachamim ein ur. Omer Rebbe Eliezer, Talmidei Chachamim ein ur shel gehenim shel etzbeim. There's no gehenim for Talmud Chacham. Kavachayim misalamandria. There's an animal made through kishav l'chayra that you make a fire for 7 years straight, and out comes this animal. This salamander which comes out of fire. It has the ability. You have different gemaras that I forgot Yecheskel, whatever it was. The wife put on this blood of this animal. You can walk. It's fireproof. You walk right through the fire. It's just the outcome of fire. Yet it has the power to protect you from fire. A Talmid Chacham whose entire body is fire. Certainly, a Kavachomer, Talmid Chacham is protected from Gehenna. sinners of Klal Yisrael. Person who does a chet. Kavachomer mizbach hazav. From the mizbach hazav. Ma mizbach hazav shein olav eloko evi dinar hazav. How much gold does it have? Nothing. Like the size of a coin. Kama shonim eno shalet boy, and it has a fire in it year after year, and it doesn't burn the mizbeach. Posh Yisrael. Shemelei mitzvahs kariyayin. But these sinners who have Averis, but they have tremendous amount of mitzvahs. The chsiv gepelach harir rakosach al tikir rakosach. It's not the Beis Hamikdash. Ela reikanim shebach. The ones that are empty, they don't have. Mazel tov, mazel tov. Have a wonderful day.